Look at this guy strafing around. Yeah, that's right, you walk. We've been wondering for a couple of days why Roxy's food keeps disappearing. I say that, past couple of days we've been putting it inside, but before then when we first arrived, full bowls of food just going. That's what she's eaten so far today. Oh, here he comes. Oh, no. Oh, he's thinking about it. We're getting close now, look at that. Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh, he wants it so bad. Oh, here comes his mate. Oh. Oh, he's going for it. Oh. Oh, he looks right up at me.
Good morning, everybody. Roxy is down there and Finn is tidying up his coffee spill from the other day, whenever it was. From last night. This is our last day. Last night was our last night on this campsite. We are going to get off. We're going to go get a coffee somewhere. And yeah, find the next place. So, we'll see you in a bit.
For those of you who are part of the van life are probably familiar with this, but pretty much all of this here now gets transferred here while we're moving, and we don't need all the space at the back. And then when we're back, it will all go from there back to here, because it's all things we commonly use and we want available. And your shorts are still wet. Wet for days.
It's not been hot, has it? So.
No. So some of it just goes over the top of the seat because it's fine. Carl's wash bag has somehow appeared up front, if you would like.
I just left it up there because it says something about.
Oh, fair enough. So yeah, I'm not going to do it all on camera, obviously, that'd be daft. We want to get going. So yeah, we're going to start doing the transfer. She always does this. Carl goes out and she just stands there and waits for him. It's very cute. Roxy, where's he gone? Where's he gone? Got to make sure that we feed her right. We're getting her, what is it?
No, I haven't got that.
We're getting her that. And, amusingly, we're also getting her this. So I am going to try and brush her teeth tonight, which will be interesting. So oh, that stuff's weird, whoa.
Oh, is it?
Oh no, it's just a crap on top, we're good. We're going to brush Roxy's teeth. I'm going to put a normal few, maybe touch.
There's no reason why not. Her mouth's bigger than ours.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never done this with her before, by the way, everybody, so...
Yeah, I'm going to brush your teeth. Oh yeah, oh, does it smell like
Oh,
biscuit?
she must be able to... Does it smell of biscuit? I actually wouldn't taste that.
Why?
I have no idea if that's safe for humans. I just don't know.
No.
I imagine it is, but...
Okay, we're gonna...
I thought you just put that straight in your mouth then.
No. I can just get these beautiful teeth of yours.
I mean, her teeth aren't bad, thankfully.
Right, we're just going to try start at the front, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to move here. Come here. Roxy, come here.
She's like,
No, I know your game. Okay, right.
That'll do. You know she's not going to bite you, so just hold her mouth open.
No, no, because that's difficult. Give up moving your head away.
Yeah, I would legit just go for it.
Brush your teeth, it tastes of biscuit. I know it probably tastes amazing to you. Good girl. Get these back in.
I'm going to say, I just shoved the toothbrush in there, that's why it's so long. Oh, sorry, I don't know if that last bit was on.
Stop pushing it out the way. I'm just gonna...
There you go. That's what. Oh, I'm not even in frame. There we go.
I can't get underneath here because you're contracting it. You're biting your own lip. Stop the. Good and proper. You're gonna fall off the bed.
Hey, get me away from you!
Well, we're gonna do the next. We're gonna try the next bit, which might be more successful.
What?
We go for the finger blaster.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, only understood by those of 8. No, Roxy, come here. Help!
No, Roxy, can you not? Don't shove your nose into my armpit.
Okay, you can stay there. That's fine.
Alright, well...
Finger blaster. Just goes on your finger. It's nice and squidgy. And we're just gonna get right in there. Nope, come here. Oh yeah, there you go, come on. Nope, move. There you go. So, this is not going to work. There you go. Everywhere.
Oh, it's not focused. Yeah, there you go. Oh.
Oh, do you want it now, Glenn? There you go.
It's like, no, actually, that's got a weird taste.
I mean,
It apparently tastes
it's
of biscuit.
minty.
Oh, is it?
No, not mint, that's the wrong word.
Mental?
No, it literally, it smells like cream. Smell my
No, I
finger.
ain't sniffing your finger blaster.
Smell my finger.
It smells of cream.
Okay, right, smell in there then. Smell what you like. Good afternoon, guys. It is currently 3:20 in southern France right now. We're still on the coast, the eastern coast of France. We're sort of making our way up towards Austria. It's pretty nice here. We've just we moved from the campsite that we were at previously, which was beautiful, by the way. Some amazing thunderstorms while we were there. Some of them lit up the whole backdrop by the sea, as in there was clear skies above us, and then further out to sea there was just this wall of cloud that would occasionally light up in different parts depending on where the lightning was behind it, which was really cool. I've never seen a thunderstorm from the outside before. So I'm out here with Roxy, who is just chilling out just there. Hello. And we're just, we've found a nice little area surrounded by nature. Seeing as neither of us have any more work yet, so we're unlikely to need batteries or power dedicated to keeping laptops charged up. Although I have just noticed this camera's only on 12%. Guess we haven't used it much. So I'll be as brief as I can, given the battery situation. We both have work at the moment. We're doing transcription work for, well, it's irrelevant who we're doing it for and what the nature of it is, but we do transcription work from meetings, to put it in brief. We've been talking with Danny, who is a part of the other half of our group. So Danny and Brandon are in Asia, as many of you will know, and they will be coming back from Asia in March, and that's when we'll be regrouping. Now the situation at the moment is Carl and I are using the van, which is technically Danny's. The original plan for them two was they'd come out here and Carl would get his own van eventually after some work through the summers, and then they would have their own van. So this van was designed and built for Danny, hence why it's so small for Carl and I. And we were discussing it, and it seems it's going to be most sensible if Carl and I save up now to buy our own van in March. So we're going to be working pretty solidly. Most likely at the moment, just doing this transcription work. We'll pick up other bits, I'm sure. And we're going to be saving up whatever we need to build and convert another van for March. Well, not for March, but when March comes along, that's when we'll be doing it. Because of that, we're not going to be looking for quite as many amazing locations. We're going to be more focusing on places where we can have the power and the connection to be able to do work, and obviously save the money, because whereas this life lends itself to very little outgoings and therefore much more of an ability to save when you're earning, buying a new van and kitting out is still going to be expensive. We're probably looking in the marks of saving 3 to 4 grand, which will get us a decent van and the basics of getting it converted, and then we'll continue to build it as we go, and working over probably a couple of months as we earn as well. So that's the current plan. At the very worst, I'd say it's most likely that these vlogs will become less so travel vlogs and more so life vlogs, but we'll still include plenty about where we are and what we're doing. Although, you know, my concern being a lot of what we're doing is just going to be work, which we can't really talk much about because it's all confidential. So, yeah, that pretty much brings us up to date. We're in a really nice little nature spot. We've tried a couple of campsites en route heading north, but they all seem to be shut at the moment, unfortunately. There is a highway just over there, and then you can see, I don't know if you can see actually, there is, out over here, there we go, there's a little wind farm there, and you can just see pretty far. It's nice. And I think Roxy and I may travel up there. I don't know if you can see it on the big screen, but there are a couple of crosses up there, so it looks like maybe something to see. So we'll probably amble up there now so she can get a good walk, and we'll check it out. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with the vlogs, and see what's going on, because right now I don't know 100% what we're going to be doing. It does depend on if we can get enough interesting content and footage to be putting out to you guys. So for now, I'll call it for this section. I'll continue with this walk, see if there's any nice footage to be found, and continue with the day. So I've climbed up this bit here, just down from this direction. Oh, there goes the radio. I have no idea who it is. It's not Carl. They're ruining my video. So I got freaked out because I came around this wall and that was just there. Just a statue, chilling out. Nothing actually scary, obviously. But just not expecting it. There's been nothing that would indicate that there's actually any, you know, reputable buildings or structures left. But up here, things seem a bit more built. There's of course this statue which we're going to check out and see what it represents. And some old ruins basically, which is kind of cool. There's an archway there that's still mostly intact. It's be interesting. Hopefully the statue will also, even if I have to Google Translate it, hopefully it'll tell me what this place was. But it's nice. It's a pretty cool place. It's the most interesting place I think I've been on a walk so far. Something actually going on and something to actually see rather than just taking in breathtaking sights, which I do love. But this is pretty cool also. Oh, cool. Well, let's go down here first. Wow. It's kind of cool. Just thinking this is probably literally like the footage for a horror film. Handheld cam and everything. Oh. That one opens. I don't know if I want to go through. I hate to sound like a little girl about it, but that's kind of spooky. Well, may as well man up. Roxy's happy, so I'm happy. Put the torch on, don't know how good it will be in here. Holy crap, that gets dark. Roxy, here. Oh, is the camera actually picking up the end there? I think maybe there is a wall. Oh, there's a lot of wood there. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, maybe I'll come back with a better torch and check it out. But for now, I'm going to nope the hell out of there. What about this one? I don't have my light on anymore. Oh, this one's locked by the looks of it, which is fair. Pretty cool though. Pretty damn cool. Despite crapping myself there, and the battery says it's dead. That makes no sense. So I've got to the top of the hill, and this is the view. Sorry, this is the view. Look at that. That was well and truly worth it, with the clouds kissing the peaks of the hills up there. All where I've just walked. I can't even see where the hell the van is from here. We could see it up here from the van, so there's the road. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to explain it with the camera, plus because of the sun you can't even see down there, so this looks to be a grave of sorts. Again, I can't read French, embarrassingly, and the internet connection is not good enough for me to translate. There's the dog. Every time I try and call Carl on our channel, some French dude responds to me, asking what I'm on about. Here is I guess would this be considered a tomb? Quite cool. Must have been something fairly important to have a nice setup like this, because that's pretty cushy. Oof, I didn't see the Jesus laying down in the bed for a sec. I saw it through the camera, kind of give me a shock. Let's see, there's another board up here. So yeah, I thought because there's a few crosses, maybe it'd be a couple of people or a very small local graveyard or something, but no. Just someone of particular importance, I'd assume. Oh, and this shows you everything that's here. Oh wow, I wish we could see the mountains right now. But we definitely can't see that. Which is a shame. They are all the way out there somewhere. And then, wow! We've got this beautiful little town. Roxy? No. Don't be going down there, because I ain't chasing you. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's so small. It just curves just around behind them trees and ends there. There's another little town over there, just dotted around. Oh, this is such a nice viewpoint. This is lovely. I hope my camera comes out with decent quality. It should do. It should be recording in 1080 of at least 30 frames per second, if not maybe 60. I doubt this phone does though. Carl's the one that paid for the media phone, so. But this is beautiful. This is nice. I'm glad my phone had some battery left, although I think I'm only on, yeah, there we go, 9% of battery remaining, so I'm gonna go. Roxy? Yeah, it's all good. So you were just starting to tell me about this area and what exactly it is.
Well, this is the castle of Lecat.
Okay.
And in days gone by, till the middle of the 17th century, this was the furthest south you could get in France before you got to what was then Spain. Because Spain actually, or the part of Spain, Catalonia, extended across the border, this side of what is now the border, it extended up across the Pyrenees into the bottom of what is now France.
Okay.
So there have been wars going backwards and forwards between various parts of France and various parts of Spain for centuries. And this castle, of which you can see some of the remains here, was as far south as you could go before you were in Spanish-held territory, which is on this side of the Pyrenees. The nearest castle from here, on this side of the Pyrenees that was Spanish-held, is called Sals. If you've not been to Sals, thoroughly recommend it. It's only a short drive, totally different architecture, and much better preserved than this.
Okay.
So, the reason why it's in ruins is because in 1659 the Treaty of the Pyrenees was concluded between the French and the Spanish, and they agreed they wouldn't go to war again, and they agreed that in future the borderline would be across the top of the Pyrenees. Okay. So the chunk that was held here by Spain on this side of the Pyrenees would actually revert to Spain. Okay. Sorry, to France.
Yes, that's it.
So the Spanish relinquished that part of Catalonia, where Catalan is still spoken to some small extent.
Yeah, we know because we've just come from driving through Spain and we noticed there's a lot of flags everywhere, and I researched it, and they're wanting.
There's also a French part of Catalonia.
So, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and that's where the castle in Sals is actually in French Catalonia. Okay, they don't speak Catalan as much.
Yeah, we noticed
as they do in Spanish Catalonia.
We noticed on the Spanish side there was quite a few local signs and a few people that weren't quite speaking Spanish. We knew they weren't quite speaking Spanish, but we couldn't figure out, and then that's what it would be.
Don't look either,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, just finish the tale.
Yeah, of course.
1659, and a few years later, the villagers of Lecat demolished the castle. Now, why would they do that? So here's the last part of the story.
Yeah, for sure.
They did that because if they kept the castle in proper condition, they'd have to pay taxes on it to the king.
Ah.
So they decided that they didn't want to pay the taxes.
Yeah, for sure.
And they blew it all up, you see, all sorts of places.
Oh, so this was blown up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which is a bit sad, really. Whereas the one at Sals, which is just that way, it's about a 20-minute drive from here, is in wonderful condition. It's a completely different style of architecture.
That's really cool, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And hopefully my battery lasts long enough. There's a statue down there.
Ah, Françoise de Cézanne. Now, this is a really good tale, is this one.
Yeah.
Right, so Françoise de Cézanne was the wife of the Lord of the Manor here in Lecat. This is during the wars between the Spanish and the French. The wars between the Spanish and the French got complicated by wars between the French themselves, wars of religion. And the Catholics in this part of the world were often outnumbered by the Protestants. So the Catholics in this part of the world sometimes ganged up with the Spanish, who were obviously Catholics. Oh. And on one occasion, the Lord of the Manor here was captured by the Catholics, and his wife, who'd been left in charge of Lecat, was told that she got two choices, because they were besieging Lecat at that time. So she got two choices. Either she could stop the siege, give up, and her husband would return to her, or if she insisted on not surrendering, her husband would be killed. Right. And she said, "I'm not surrendering," and her husband was duly killed. And since then, she's been the heroine of Lecat, because she saved Lecat from being taken by the besieging combination of Spanish and French Catholics. Okay. And one last thing, if your battery's still going.
It's good. It's not warned me yet.
You'll see that she's holding in her hand a key.
Yes, noticed that.
And
Yeah.
the key to that is the key, of course, to the cat. You see,
Right,
she
gotcha,
held
gotcha,
and
yeah.
She refused to give it. Now, one other story for you. Don't worry if your battery gives out. Have you been down into the main square in the village?
No, we literally pulled up in a van like
Okay,
about an hour
listen
ago.
carefully. There is a replica of that statue down in the village.
Okay.
Now, I'll go very quickly over all that.
Yeah, go for it.
But the original statue of Françoise de Cézanne was down in the village in the main square.
Mm-hmm.
But the Germans smelted it down because it was made of metal.
Yeah, yeah.
They smelted it down for metal during the occupation, during
wow,
World War II.
Yeah.
But the night before, one of the villagers heard of what the Germans were going to do the next day, and he took the key out of Françoise de Cézanne's hand, kept it safe during the occupation,
Yeah.
and he gave it to the mayor after the liberation.
That's pretty cool. So it's a replica statue, but it's got the original key. Is that right?
Right. Well, actually, what's complicated is they. I can't remember all the exact details now. There was no statue there for about 20 years after the war. Then they built a replica into which I presume they put the key, the original key. And I can't now remember if this is down here is a replica of the replica, or if you know, did they move the one from the village after the war up. I've lost track of it all.
Yeah,
but
that's
somewhere
fair.
in all that lot, or it may be that the original key is actually kept inside the town hall.
Quite possible. Yeah, I get you.
But you've actually got the same statue in two different places in the village.
Okay,
And that's the reason.
pretty cool. That's fair enough. Sounds like it's pretty significant. And who's this person in here? Is this?
Well, it's not really a person. It was just what's the word that we would use in English? It's just a small church.
Oh, okay.
That was built in the late 19th century. By the late 19th century, France was engaged not in literal wars of religion,
Yeah.
but it was ever since the French Revolution at the end of the 18th century, France had been engaged in internal revolutions between the conservative Catholic monarchists and on the other hand the Republicans, who were also very secularly minded.
Okay.
In the second half of the 19th century, as the Republicans, secularly minded, got the upper hand, the church made a big drive to start building new churches to show they were still powerful.
Yeah.
That's when Sacré-Cœur was built in Paris.
Okay.
In the second half of the 19th century. And this one was built at the same time. And you can imagine this being built then, you know, with three crosses at the top.
Yeah,
that was a pretty strong reminder that the church was still strong.
Absolutely.
But the sort of the end of that story, well, nearly the end of that story, of the church, you know, the struggle between the church and the republic, was 1905, when the church became completely separated from the state. That's the 1905 law.
Yeah.
But, funnily enough, all of the buildings owned by the church passed into the ownership of the Republic.
Oh,
and the Republic actually owns that, despite the fact that it's secular.
Yeah. Gotcha. Ah. And that's the building that we saw just a second ago.
Battery's just about gone, I think.
Yeah, it's clinging on, but I'll just end it here. Thank you very much, though.
Okay.
Very interesting.
One last thing for you to look at.
Yeah.
You can switch off if you want.
No, go for it, go for it.
One last thing for you to look at. When you get out of the church, which you can see there. So remember, the whole point of the 1905 law was to completely separate the state from the church. Yeah. But paradoxically, the state actually owns all the churches.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah, gotcha.
And not only does it, so it owns the churches, which is kind of paradoxical. If you look at the top of that, of the entrance to that church and of other churches in this locality, sort of within, 30, 40, 50 miles of here, over the top of the entrance to the church, it says Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité.
Okay.
Liberty, equality, fraternity.
Right.
Which actually is the motto of the Republic.
Oh.
The secular Republic.
Gotcha.
Over the entrance to the church. You don't see that everywhere in France.
No.
I've only seen it in this region. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. There's a 30-second warning, and that's going to shut itself off.
All right.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.